than the last time I talked to you. That's for sure.
Oh, good, 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 good.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of how it goes. I feel like like we talked about hitting like rock bottoms, right? And it's like you get to a point like it can't get no worse, and then it gets worse. But eventually, it actually can't get worse. Eventually, it does get better, you know.
Yeah.
And then when it's better, you kind of forget how bad it was. But I don't think from talking to people older than me, wiser than me and stuff, that thing never stops. It might get better. You might have like first world problems eventually, but the way you feel never changes, right? I used to get offended with somebody that I consider rich or successful when I would hear them complain about anything, right? Because in my head, I didn't understand that this is something that doesn't stop. In my head, I'm like, man, you made it. Like, what are you complaining about? I didn't realize that you still feel the same, right? So, okay, you start off, you're 20 years old, you got your hoopty, you in I don't know what a good hoopty. What's like a
I
good hoopty?
I had a Honda Accord.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Let me talk to Mike, but I had a Dodge Caliber. They haven't made that shit since like 2006 probably. But I had that, and I would park far from the gym because everybody thought I was rich because I do social media, right? I must have, I must have money. Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, you okay? So
Okay.
I will park far from the gym, and I always make sure I wear something presentable. You got to look presentable, so people just assume that you doing well. I don't fucking know. I'll park far as fuck from the gym. Hey, yeah, let me walk with you to your car. Nope. Nobody's walking with me to my car. I'll see y'all later. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, don't worry about it. Uh-huh. Yeah, but then so that car, I got it for my sister. I probably paid $300 for it, right? Boom.
Okay.
And I was living in a studio for like, I don't know, like 900 or 1,000 a month. Okay, so that's your reality. Anytime bills get tight or anything like that, you get stressed. It's normal. Then made a little more money. Then I got like a charger, right? Not like I got a charger. A 20 at the time, it was like 2019. It's probably 2018. I got like a 2019 charger or 2018 charger, whatever. So something like that. And then I moved downtown. Now it's a 2 bedroom. Oh shit. Okay, okay. But then bills still get tight because now you're paying more. You're actually paying more. Now I have a what you call it, like a car note, and now my rent is up to like 2 grand. Well, so you still struggling. You're just struggling in a better scenario. you know,
Yeah, it gives you, but it probably makes you want to work harder now that you got those things.
it does, and it shows me it's possible because you gotta keep in mind, like we don't we okay, we believe in ourselves and we're like confident, but it gets so hard that you start thinking, you start doubting yourself. You're like, am I cut out? Like, am I gonna actually go somewhere? Or am I just gonna stay here? Like, right? Because you see some of your neighbors and they're older and they're still there. You're like, that gonna be me? Like, I don't want to be. I don't want to be here. So you believe in yourself, but you have some doubts. You're like, I mean, I hope I'm working hard. I hope something's gonna happen, but you don't know. So yeah, I will say at that point, I felt better. I definitely felt a lot better. Like I had a decent car, decent place. I felt good, but especially if you have your own businesses like yourself and you like work for yourself, you don't have like a 9 to 5. You can't rely on the check. So it's really, So the tough part I felt was that just because you have a really good year doesn't mean the next year is going to be really good, right? So if you don't know how to like plan and budget your money, you have a good year, you spend like you're going to make it next year, and then you don't. And now you're like, holy fuck, what do I do now? So the stress levels never get less, but you do move up. Now, just because you moved up doesn't mean you can't move back down because that happened to me too, you know? So now at this point, I'm splitting rent with my ex, right? We break up, but she moves out. Oh, I got to pay this whole bill. Ugh, this is So yeah, so things like that happen, and you just do your best. But yeah, I don't think you'd never. I see, my sister. I consider her very successful, and then this year, not to put a business out there, this year she's having started another business, and the business isn't doing that well. So now she's like losing money, and she's stressed out, right? So but then you can say, well, you have this nice house. What are you stressed out for? Yeah, I got to pay a mortgage. It's just not like that's it. It's not like it's over with. So yeah, that's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, there's ups and downs at any point. You know. So
Uh,
and I'm in West Hollywood, so there's a lot of successful people here. And if it's not financial, it's something else. People get sick, family passes away, other things that maybe you weren't thinking about because you were so focused on making a living. Now that you're making a living, now you got 100 other problems to deal with. But life is a blessing either way.
it sure is. It sure is. I'm at that point now. I'm okay. I got to move in. I got everything I need. Got a bed, food cooked,
Oh, you
fridge
moved?
full of food. Yeah, I'm in Houston now.
Oh shit! Dope, 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 dope. Did you post this online? I didn't see anything.
I posted a posing video talking about it, but like a voiceover. But I've done a little bit in my apartment. This is my second day here, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
I again now that I'm alone, not having roommates and that I'm trying to up my content game because I feel like, we're older, bro. Like it's not, back in the day, I was thinking because I was at home, I was going through my old stuff. I was in a USA NPC magazine. That's how long ago. And like those were the things I strive for is like having like a thing that I'm in, not like Instagram
Tangible.
or pictures or someone tagged me or someone reposted. Like, yeah, it's tangible. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep up with the game. But at the end of the day, I'm the athlete. So it's like, you just gotta, if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah, yeah. That's funny because you have a good following, right? And you do the social media game, and then but that doesn't mean you like enjoy doing it per se, right? It's funny because I don't think we're sitting here on a podcast, but we're not really social media people. I don't feel like okay. Sometimes you might get into the swing of things and get a routine going, and then it becomes like you cool with it because you got like a regimen. Okay, you eat your meal, you film this video, and it's okay. This is if I could do this, is okay. But once you get out of that swing where you're focused on something else, it's really hard to post consistently. Actually, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. You
And I get
know,
a certain way. Like, I don't know. It's not that I'm trying to hide anything, but I have some things that I want to keep private and some things
yeah.
I don't want to show, but then there's some things I want to show. So in prep, it's my physique, which everyone wants to see my physique. But in prep, I'm staying locked in because I don't need like love or hate. Like I'm not gonna get hate maybe, but all the attention is not what I need to keep rolling. But I feel like I'm gonna try different this year or next year because again, I can't just shut down once I've started prep. And if I can use my prep to up my content, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just a head case whenever I'm prepping because I'm just so locked in. And it's like, I don't want to be the Instagram bodybuilder. I want to win the show. I want to get to the O and prove my worth. So, but
But
I don't know.
it's also good that you know that about yourself because a lot of people don't consider that. If you're people think that okay, you get views, you get followers, right? People think that you're only going to get the positive side, but that's not how life works. If you have to invoke some kind of emotion out of somebody for them to like you. I mean, I like Alyssa. She makes me feel good, right? If you're invoking emotion, you're gonna invoke both sides. You're gonna invoke somebody to be like, Alyssa, I don't like her. I don't like the way she said that. She didn't rub me wrong. She said that she likes she doesn't like what you call it, science based training. I didn't like that because that offended me. I like that shit. I don't fuck with her. Right.
Yeah.
Same way somebody could be like, I don't like that science based shit neither. I fuck with her. If you invoke emotion, it's going to be on both sides. So you
Yep.
can't. People expect that if they post all this stuff, get likes. Everybody loves them. So you understand how it goes. So you would say, I'd rather not deal with any. I don't care if you like me or hate me. I just don't want to see any of it. I,
Yeah.
I think I think that's fair because you understand how it works. You're not gonna post it and it'd be like, you know what? I didn't expect to get hate. Fuck everybody. Like, you know how it goes. You understand that. You know. And then I don't actually feel like hate is real, man. I feel like you have to care about somebody enough to consume the content to dislike it.
Well, most of the hate that I get is from people that aren't my followers. So if I post a training video, it's why is this dude wearing a sports bra or is that type of shit? Is this a
Yeah,
tranny? And it's like, y'all are
yeah.
just, y'all got me fucked up. But I just ignore it and I allow that to, again, if I engage with it in a certain way, that brings more traction to the post.
Mhm.
But after a while, that shit gets old, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody that I would say is doing better than me in life. Whatever better means, whether it's mentally, emotionally, financially, anything, like talk down on me or hate on me in any way. It's never the case, right? So a guy that feels that way usually wants to build muscle, maybe doesn't have the muscle. So seeing a girl with that muscle, it he doesn't even realize the chemical reaction that's going on in his brain, but he's getting upset because he wants to be bigger than you, but he's not. Like that guy in the gym, right? So it's like instead of right, whereas
Yeah.
whereas one guy might see you and be like, if she could do it, I could do it, right? Okay, let me go talk to her. Hey, what's up? What do you, right? That's what we probably did, growing up. But some people don't have that. Some people they get upset, and to some extent, to some small extent, I could sympathize with it a little bit. But how you you can't control your feelings. You control how you handle your feelings. Okay. So there was a time I didn't understand that feeling at all. I'm like, why would that upset you? I will say I can see how now because like we've had hard times, right? So I've had times so hard where I'm in such a dark place where I see somebody, oh, he got his girlfriend with him. We got the keys to the Lambo, and I'm looking, and I'm a little bit upset. I'm not mad at him, and I would never talk shit about him, but I feel bad about myself. I'm like, damn, fuck. And I feel that negative emotion. That's that same emotion that will take somebody and be like, fuck that guy, right? Whereas I'm not gonna say that, but I can see how that could turn into resentment eventually. If I just stayed exactly in that place for the next 10 years, they might really piss me off,
Yeah.
right? Or you just had a bad breakup and you're at the gym and you see a couple at the gym, kissy kissy. I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Get the
Can
fuck
you,
out. Get that
yeah,
shit
get
out
the
of here.
fuck yeah. Stop making out the fucking gym. This is the
Get
gym.
a
Get the fuck
fucking
out.
room.
Now, I don't think you should be
Yeah.
making out at the gym anyways, or cupcaking, but it's pissing me off more because my relationship status, like that, if I'm being real with myself, right? If I was in a happy relationship, I'd probably be like, that's too much. This guy's kind of cute. That's too much. Come on, get out of here. I wouldn't be as upset. So I could empathize to some extent. It's just life is hard. So people are struggling and they lash out because they're struggling. But you could do better than that, because we all feel it. We all struggle. We all got it. But you don't see us in the comments going on fucking Derek Lunsford like, yeah, fuck this guy. Like, the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
that looks
Yes.
crazy. But I can't empathize with it to some extent. So I'm pretty sure you've tried this before, but you ever get like a real negative comment and you just send like a positive comment or like a heart or something, and they don't know what
Yeah.
they don't know what the fuck to do. They like, oh,
Yeah. They try it like, hey man, God bless you. I hope you have a better day today. Like I do that because it does more for me, honestly. Instead
yeah,
of being like talking shit back, well, it's because you're fucking fat or something like, nah, I just every like again, how we react in our own situations is how we're going to, benefit or not benefit from the situation. Because I have a couple reels where I could sit and just go back. I'm still getting comments on a few training reels, and it's just like I could sit there and go back and forth, but I don't. I don't have time for that. It's not worth it.
Good, DT.
Oh, what's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah, at the gym.
What
How
up,
you feeling,
Dude,
stranger?
Paul?
this day's been fucked up for me. So I was like, let me get on like 10 minutes, and then my VPN wouldn't let me on, so I had to go shut off my VPN, and it was a mess.
Damn.
So it's all good
You
though.
wait. Are you finished, or are you mid, or are you like at the end, or are you at the
I'm
beginning?
I'm gonna do biceps right now, so we're just hanging.
All right, bet. All right, yeah.
We're just hanging.
No,
So
me and Alyssa, we just talking about my like mind frame and love and hate on social media, etc. Shit, I'm sure DT, because DT gets a lot of views. I'm sure he's received a
He's a
lot of hate. You
yeah, he's controversial.
yeah. Um, my last viral video got a lot actually. I
know.
I let a lot pass, but then I had to get after it, bro. I have to get after it. I'll attack your fucking mom. If you put the shit on your IG, if you put someone on your IG, I'm not gonna come after you. I'm gonna come after your kids, your wife. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you where it hurts. Um,
Hey, nobody admits that though. Everybody says like, that shit doesn't bother me. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it doesn't bother you, but sometimes even if it doesn't bother you, you kind of like, yo, let me just, because I feel like this person thinks that I can't clap back. They think I'm going to be the bigger man, but today, if I got time today, I'm not going to be the bigger man today. Every once in a while, we got to do that. I'm not going to lie. Every once in a while, we do that.
I feel with I think that goes apart to where you think, if you're putting out stuff like I try to put out educational stuff about peptides and HRT, and I do talk a lot about steroids. And then of course you'll hear for instance, I was talking about Rita and how it has some benefits and whatnot. And the way I was sitting in the chair, apparently it looked like my stomach was a little bigger than what it is. I was slouched back and everything was pushed like forward. So people are like, yo, you're fucking, look at you. You fucking have a gut. You're talking about weight loss. And I'm just like, man, like, it's crazy. Like, have you seen my pictures? Like, have you seen what I look like? And people in my last video talked about how I had small legs. And I'm like, what the fuck are like people like? I think people just take you at the video standard and they don't look at your profile. But that's IG and that's TikTok for you, bro. Like they don't give a fuck. They want you to have so much hate, but yet they want the content. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they want to be so, dude. What I've noticed with IG and TikTok is this: the better you look, the more things you're trying to do on a positive level, and if you put out some cringe, corny stuff, it's still, no matter what you do, is not correct in anyone else's eyes. It's the people that hate
Well,
themselves, and it's like,
I think it's crazy because I actually feel that negative content gets more positivity than positive content.
yeah.
Does that sound? Doesn't that sound crazy? Like if you
Well,
think about it, like think about most negative content. Well, because the only people who would rebuttal against negative content will be positive people, and positive people don't really feel like going back and forth in the comment section, right? So the negative people all watch the negative video and they love it because they like, oh yeah, let's talk that shit, yeah, let's go. So they love it, and the positive people are like, this is stupid, and they scroll past, or they might leave
Yeah.
like a decent comment, like, hey man, I don't think you should be talking shit like that about these physiques, but do you, bro? Like it'll be something simple, right? Whereas the positive content, the negative people don't like it, and the negative people out there they could go for days, so they'll go crazy on it, right? So
Well,
without calling names, but like people who make negative content, it's like it gets a lot of positivity, and then you see that somebody make positive content, and then okay, I'm actually going to use names because it is what it is. I mean, they know they make negative content. Let's say Muscle Discord, right?
yep.
That would probably be the pinnacle of negative content. I don't. I'm not sure if he's doing it on purpose for views, which probably he is, or if he's really that person. I've had him on his podcast. I don't think he's really that person because he seemed like a respectable guy. You know, at the time he was I think, just being himself. I think he noticed that more views come from the negative content. So
It's like rage bait.
yeah, you know, and people got to make a living. I don't really judge people about how they make a living, whether I like the content or not. So I have nothing against him at all as a person. It's just that's the content he chose to, that's the route he chose to go. You know, but his content, you used to look at the comments, it's a lot of fucking people agreeing, like they love it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you might see one person like, I don't agree, but they do it amicably. Then you go on somebody like I believe like Fuad. I think that's positive content to me. I don't know if some people see negative. That to me is positive content. He's always up in the athletes. He's always trying to make the sport better. You know, they just banter. They just bros. And you see the contents, and people are just handpicking shit to not like. Ah, yeah. Why you say it like that? Oh, yo, you shouldn't be riding a motorcycle. Like what? Like just random negative comments, right? Because because those are the negative people. Those are the people who like that. So it's weird. It's super weird. So can I even fault Muscle Disco for making negative content? Because I mean, he tried doing both, and it's like, yeah, people go talk shit. If I make positive content, might as well get more views. So I can't. I personally wouldn't do that, but I mean, that's him. I mean, he has the right to do that. So it's a weird world. It's a weird world. You know. That's how I feel.
Can you believe that that one video that I did? It was that athletic video too. It shit got like 3.5 million views on Facebook and Instagram.
Which video?
The one was like I used to be an athlete.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know someone, yeah.
So I did that bullshit, and people. So I was on Facebook and Instagram. Can you believe on more Facebook? Facebook was fucked up comments actually. I started talking shit. I got people telling me you're really fucking low for commenting back. So I'm not even allowed to stick up for myself when someone comes at me. I got other people saying you're a fucking clown for like responding back like that. That's really immature.
Yeah.
I was like, man. So, but you know what? It's the way of the world, bro. Think about how dumb that video is, and it got 3.5 million views. So that dumb shit is what people are attracted to.
Yeah. But
it's mindless shit.
Are you at peace with the fact that you know that the more following you get, you're gonna get both sides of it, the love and the hate?
To be honest with you, my goal, of course, is not to get banned. Mm-hmm. But if you talk shit, my goal is for you to block me at the end of it because you're fucking tired of my shit. And I will waste your fucking day. I will go back and forth all fucking day with you to waste your day.
It's funny you say that because every once in a while, I get I feel a little petty, and I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
I'm gonna take this shit because I feel like they're trying to take it way too far. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go. Let's go so far that you're like, I can't keep up with this.
That's how I feel. And honestly, man, if you really look at it, I'm wasting a lot of my energy. And as gay as this sounds, 2026, I'm just gonna be like, hey, it is what it is. I get really mad when people talk shit about my wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's one that kind of gets me. But at the same time, when they say, "Oh, you look like a man," I'm like, "Well, why don't you look like that?"
Good question.
If she looks like a man, then why don't you look like that, homie?
Yeah. You know what? I've never heard somebody actually. I never thought about that. I've never dated a girl with like a following, like at least not in my industry, maybe a following in her industry. So I never actually saw with my own eyes negative. There was my ex definitely got negative comments, but I guess I never saw it because it's a different industry. She acted, so it was more like actors, and that's not somebody. And they're not as harsh as let's be real. Actors aren't going to be as harsh as fucking fitness people. Fitness people are fucking crazy, bro.
You,
Fitness
you
people
know,
are
it's
crazy.
funny. Greg Doucette has done a video on her and comments some like shitty things here and there,
Mm.
and she yet will respond back to him. So that's even like one of those things. It's like you can't even get her to respond back to you, bro. You suck that bad.
Okay, but Greg comes to all the expos over here. So if that would probably be bad if it was somebody that I have access to, and they're talking shit about they're talking shit about my girl. If I saw them walk past me, which I've seen Greg for a bunch of times, I might have to. Hey, hold up, let me have a conversation with you.
There's, uh, there's a part of me that says, yeah, I want to do that because, like, let me be honest with you, bro. Before I do this next step, this fucking industry is so soft. All these bodybuilders talk this shit, and I know that I'm not competing any longer. And yes, I was a bodybuilder, and I was very insecure with myself for a very long time. But like, dude, I've seen so much shit. No one wants to step up to a plate. I want to see someone get. I want to see someone get their fucking head smashed in.
I
want to see
almost
that.
did.
Oh, did you? See, I love that shit because you know what? At the end of the day, this world has lost reality of what it used to be like. Because it's easier to say shit behind this phone and the keyboard and shit. You ain't gonna come up to someone. I want to see someone come on up at the expo and say, "Hey, motherfucker, step outside. Let's do this." Everybody goes to each other's booths and like, "Oh man, what do you fucking do?" Oh, let's step up. It's all this.
Bro,
You know,
in the last 10 years, think about it. That's probably happened 3 or 4 times in the last 10 years. Isn't that insane? The amount of shit talk that happens. I've seen Michael Shee do it. I've seen Mac Truck do it. I've seen Guy Cistanino do it. I saw Chad Nichols' son do it.
Mike Van Wick's guys. Some guys like,
Yeah,
I'll fucking kill you. I'm like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
this is great, bro. It's great. It's crazy. And if you're talking that like that, you can't be scared to go to jail. That's in my opinion.
If you're gonna talk like that, then yeah. If you're gonna say it, then you gotta stand on business.
And everybody wants to record. And I want to see someone record someone give a guy.
Mind you, like let's say when I was at the Olympia this year, I'm aware of all the beefs or a lot of the beefs, and I'm walking with these people, and then I see somebody, and I'm like, okay, and I'm looking at them, and the person looks. And they walk away, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see. And that happens so many times where this person, like, there's a beef between two people, and this person, if I see you, this, that, and they see them, and they just kind of like at that point, like, what's the point of taking it there? Just don't. Just be like, nah, I'm not about that. Let me just leave it alone. It's okay. Everybody doesn't have to be about it.
There's a guy that comments on my stuff and my wife's stuff, and I looked him up on the internet. I tried to find out where try to find out where the fuck you live. I mean, I can, but I didn't want to go that far. So I found out he works at EOS over here in Boca. They always steady talk. I told my wife, I said, hey, I'm fucking done with this, homie. Like, I think I'm going to go there today. She's like, yo, if you go there, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
And then you think, is it really worth, I want to come home and go to sleep tonight. So all that shit talking, that you do online, and if you're local too, man, eventually I might run into you. So then I'll just take it up there instead of going to look for you. Because when you go to look for something, you're going to get in trouble.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
And that's the stuff that I think when people go to the expos, they're saying like, oh, fuck, I had JK, everybody. Let's all be friends because we're in the same thing,
Yeah.
I'm just rambling on because I get about this shit.
I had somebody talking smack to me on Instagram after my first Texas Pro in 2023. And they told me that if they saw me at a show, and mind you, this is a man, that if they saw me at a show, that they would throw me through a brick wall. And if they weren't at the show, whatever next show I was going to be at, they would have someone do it for him. And I was like, well, I've been at like 20 shows since then. And
who is the person? You got this person
Am I supposed to say the name?
Fuck him. Fuck this motherfucking shit, bro. It's 2026. Fuck this bitch. Say the name.
Phil Biz.
Phil Viz.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was
Wow.
Phil.
Phil.
He's got something for me. Like not like that. Like he just hates me. Why?
Um,
I don't know.
I might
Never
have to
did nothing
text
to
him.
him.
He lives
His
here.
wife, his wife. Don't text him about me, but
Really?
I don't. I literally don't care about him at
That's
all.
a
But
trip.
it's just funny because he had the nerve to just say something about my posing at the 2023 Texas Pro. And I was like, bro, I wasn't even in the shot. Like I wasn't fully in the shot. Anyways, it
Wow.
led to and again, when I've got some scary friends myself, like I got y'all, but y'all aren't here with me. I have
Right.
people in, like locally that are scary, and
Yeah.
I'm not the one to mess with, I would say. But if they don't stand up for me, I'm gonna stand up for myself. And DT, you didn't, I don't know if you know, but like a couple weeks back, long story short, this kid in the gym was talking shit. And I called him out, like, because he was steroids this, steroids that. And he ran up on me, trying to hit me with a 35-pound plate.
I pray a motherfucker will do that today. On camera,
Hey,
too. I
DT,
hope him up. Yeah.
DT. I was like at any gym that I'm from. Even if somebody didn't know Alyssa and they saw a grown ass man try to do that to a girl, they would step right in, like
So
without. They wouldn't even have to know her. I would say, like but it
I'll
depends where
say
you're
that.
at.
No, I'll say this. Me and my wife were talking last night because I don't know how it came up, but we're talking about like, if we were here at the gym at Redcon and a dude went in the woman's bathroom trying to identify as a woman and shit, hey, they're gonna get the fucking ass beat for sure here.
You have to leave. You have to leave. Yeah,
And honestly, probably nothing's gonna happen to whoever fucking lights them up. If anyone would come up to a girl,
with a
first
plate
of
like
all,
that.
if you're a man and you're coming up to a girl, that's just I don't know. I don't know what that says about you, but we all know what that says about you.
But the
Yeah.
thing for me is because he was talking shit, steroids this, steroids that, I'm natty, I'm bigger. I'm taking offense because one, I know you're directing at me. And two, all of my friends are on steroids. So you're basically talking shit about my people. So you got me fucked up right now. But
I mean, listen. First of all, you come at me with a 35, you literally just open the door for me to grab my 9mm out of my bag.
yeah.
I'm about to fucking light. The
I
whole
was
thing.
thinking the same thing. Yeah,
The
I was
whole
thinking the
thing.
same thing. He's
Regardless,
kind of
if you're a man, you come after a woman, and no man steps in. What does that say about the men around your gym?
exactly. Yeah,
Hey, and
yeah.
I agree because there was like a lot of men in the gym, and I'm just like looking at them. They're just like, "Are you okay? Are you good?
You okay?
You're good." Like did you not see me? I didn't even fucking flinch. I'm not fucking scared. Like I don't need no one to
Yeah,
walk me to my car. I don't need no one. Like I would have ate that
yeah.
shit and then got mine. Like
That definitely would not slide in most gyms. But
that's why I had to
Yeah.
leave Florida because everyone in Florida is just soft,
yeah,
soft.
Really? See, here at Redcon, I don't feel that way. Like, there's a lot of people here at this gym that are very,
Athletic
um,
and in the game, but what
in the game, yeah.
where I was, ain't nobody in the game.
where were
Literally,
you from again?
I was in Panama City Beach.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's a bunch of old people and just
They might
like,
pack it up.
yeah.
yeah.
Try to get Henry that has the hip replacement.
But
Or
the
get
guy
that
that I
one.
had, the guy that did have my back, I want to say he didn't take action because he probably got some stuff in his background that he couldn't take action. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
you in Texas now, so it will be a different outcome there, I'm sure.
what happened with that situation?
The
Like,
guy got banned. I'll send you the video when we're done with this. But the guy was just banned, and basically, the owner told me, mind you, in the situation while he was about to hit me, he was claiming he's natty and we're all on steroids. But the owner told me that he was going around the gym telling everyone he's on his first cycle and blah, blah, blah. So he's insecure, jealous, and roid raging is what I presumed.
well, I don't
Mhm.
know how the dots don't connect up to where that allows you to try to hit someone with a plate or assault
Yeah.
someone.
Dude, he
Like,
was
no matter.
on one. I'm telling you, he was on one. And I had to look back at some videos because I have training clips of me and my girl that I was training with. And like he's literally by himself running his mouth. And it's like I heard steroids and I looked up and I'm like, that's you're looking at me. It's about like I was just like, well, don't be a pussy. Like you're talking so much shit. You're scared to do steroids. Like you want to do them or something. It's not
I
even
like
that big of a deal.
I like when people say you're cheating. I said, well, it's not cheating if it's available to everybody.
Well,
Yeah, but
I if I wasn't a professional bodybuilder that has been to the Olympia and sees a future in this career, I would choose a different route and come off because
but like why did it? Okay, if you think it's smoking weed cheating, like because it helps me sleep. I mean, why the hell did it even matter? Why did any of it matter? It's just like you
Well,
do it, you want to do it, or you don't do it.
I
You
think
know.
um I think in today's age, with all this technology that we have,
Mhm.
what is cheating? Women get breast implants, people get nose jobs, people get liposuction, people get things done to them because they're unhappy with themselves. And those things maybe they can't change, no matter how hard you work. Is that
I mean,
cheating?
yeah,
It's not cheating. It all surfaces in internal, right?
Yeah.
So if you can't accept yourself, no matter what you do, you'll never be happy with you. But maybe if your nose is messed up because you think it's messed up and everyone else thinks it's fine, and you feel like you want to get that done, how is that bad for you and how is that cheating? Because that's a
Yeah.
feature that you don't like. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to view internally as well.
It's I think it's all fair game, man. It's a if it cheated, okay, a chemo is cheating then, or you should just
Right.
die of cancer.
You're
No, no, no,
100%
no,
right.
no. You shouldn't fix it. No, no, no. This how God made you, bro. Stay like that. Just die.
Yep. Yes.
I mean, you could, you could,
Yeah,
but
you could.
why? Like, what are we saying? I only got a hair. You got a hair transplant, bro? Oh, you gotta be a man and be bald. But being bald is pretty manly. I'm not gonna lie, but but like, yeah, I don't get. It is what it is. Like, why does it? Why does it? I think that's better than wearing the toupee. I mean, obviously,
what about like okay, what about Mike Israel getting his surgeries?
I just didn't think it was necessary because he competes. He diets and bulks, so it's like I didn't see the point. But I'm not gonna lie. Like when he first got out, I was like, what the fuck? I ain't gonna lie though. His waist looking snatched. His waist
Yeah,
looking snatched.
it does.
I go. I can't even lie. His waist looking snatched, so it worked. I just didn't. I didn't see the necessity of it because it's like us. Like we bulk and we cut. We gain weight. Yeah, we hold a little fat there.
Uh,
And we
I'm sorry.
get
Are you talking
lean.
about Mike Israel? Because mine cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mike Israel. Mike Israel.
So I'll say this. I don't talk about it, but I actually was going to get some liposuction done
Okay,
with
okay.
skin tightening. It wasn't a big procedure if they're going to cut me, but due to I was 305 in high school, I've been fat my whole entire life, literally. So on my lower back, nobody sees it,
Uh-huh.
but I see it. And go ahead.
That's exactly what Mike Israel said. Because he has like love handles. I don't actually see yours, but Mike's I mean was very visible
So
to say the
when
least.
I, yeah, when I get to a certain body weight, and like right now, I'm fairly lean, but I have a little bit, and it's
Uh-huh.
more of a me thing, internal. Like I keep, you grab your fat, like yeah, a little bit right here. Like I can't, I can't lose the fat in that area without getting lean enough to hit that area.
I know
So
what you
for
mean.
me not competing, I was thinking like, hey, I'm gonna go get this procedure done. But you start thinking, you're like, well, if I want to lose fat, why don't I just get lean? The skin is going to be there when I get to 60 or 70 anyways. Like we're gonna we're gonna age and we're keep aging. And I know
Uh-huh.
plastic surgery and these things are great, but like who's gonna give a fuck at 60 years old? Like I'm being dead ass on. Like I started to think that like I'll just accept man, I got a little fat on my left handles. Who's
Well,
gonna say
DT,
something?
DT, you probably should have did it because look, Mike looking like Sean Ray out here. Look at this shit.
Bro, you're telling me.
Look
It's
at his waist, yo.
bro.
That's the video
Boy,
I saw.
boy, he used to be on stage and his waist did not look like this, even show day. So I'm not even gonna lie. This shit worked. This shit look
What
good.
what
This
does
shit is
Steve
nice.
Kuklo what does Steve Kuklo mean by the physique stage? Like men's physique?
Oh, see, I think he was trying to compliment him, but I don't think Mike would see that as a compliment. That is low key.
I
I
love
think,
Steve.
but yeah, I think he was trying to compliment his waist. But listen. Okay, I think people had an issue with it not because of the lipo itself, because who did it? Just because Mike is the guy that knows everything,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because he got all the answers. So the fact that they felt like he didn't have the answer for the love handles,
Well,
I think
that's
that's
the
it.
industry though, bro. Right? Think about
Mm-hmm.
that. Think about, I talked to Nick Walker yesterday for like 40 minutes on the phone,
Okay.
and there's a lot of things we talked about, but there was the one thing that we're talking about is we're all people, we're all humans, right?
Mhm.
And people look at bodybuilders like these, well, in our industry, I should say, these iconic star-like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
characters.
Superheroes, superheroes, some
Yes,
shit. They're just
and they
people.
don't understand that like that's just a regular motherfucker trying to get through his day, just and her day, just like us. And
Exactly.
the choices that they make, whatever choices they are benefiting them because at the end of the day, they are the only ones that's going to have to live that life and understand the consequences that they have done, what
Mhm.
they've risked the reward for health, and it's just up to them. The fans are going to fade, the people are going to fade, but they have to live with that. And I guess where I'm going with that is just like people don't understand we're all humans. Just because you're a superstar or not, we all have feelings. We all do things for reasons.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So with Mike being unhappy with himself, that's okay, bro. Just because he's unhappy with himself, that doesn't mean he can't have a surgery to make him better. You can't change that shit. When you have loose skin, when you have these things, there's
yeah.
nothing you could do but surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I think he's trying to shit. I'm trying to get my dog buff, and I'm giving him all his protein and raw meat, and he's just farting everywhere. Stinks, shitting all over the place. But it's like that's part of the process. Yeah, but but anyway, yeah. With Mike, I think it's more who it was than what it was, right? If a girl, let's say if I don't know if an actress gets a random actress gets a nose job, which happens all the time.
Yep.
Let's say Kris Jenner, she got a whole face job. I don't even know what happened. She looked like she 18, a 70-year-old woman like she 18 now. But nobody really bats an eye. It's not a big deal. But if somebody like if it was a girl who talks about how good she looks all the time, I'm a biohacker. Look at me, I look so good. I look so good. Then she gets a nose job. Then people will be like, wait a minute, you're a biohacker. Why are you gonna just biohack your face up? You know?
Hack your face right off. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's because Mike comes off that way. But when Mike was out here, he was at zoo, and just talking to him, he's a good dude, man. I think what it is that it's not a persona. It's just like he's serious, but he's also very sarcastic. Very sarcastic.
Yes.
So he's almost purposely being arrogant and like it's supposed to be funny. I have a really dry sense of humor, so I kind of get it. I get the way he's talking. It's like every sentence is sarcasm. There's not one sentence that he's complete. He's like 80% serious all the time, but he's every word that comes out of his mouth, there's a little sarcasm behind it, and you have to understand that. So the way he acts, he's almost intentionally being that way. It's supposed to be funny, but if you don't understand that kind of sense of humor, you might just be like, "This guy, like, is he just full of himself?" He's kind
I
of
think
doing it on
he's
purpose, you know.
I think he's so
Mm.
it was an intellectual. I can't say that word.
Intellectual.
Yes, thank you. Smart.
Mhm.
That he just I don't know. Maybe he's a little autistic because he's so fucking smart, and
Maybe.
his demeanor or his sarcasm is just of that. You know.
Yeah, you can't take it all the way. Say that if you say like, "Hey, I want to train like," let's say you say, "I want to train like Ronnie," and then he makes a stab at it. Like he's being funny. He loves Rodney. He's just he's just putting a little extra. He can't just say, "Well, that works great," but try just slowing it down a little bit. He has to say it in a way that's a lot more like witty. It's just how he speaks. It doesn't mean he's being disrespectful or cocky. It's just his mannerisms, and I feel like I kind of get it. I've never listened to him and thought, oh, I hate listening to this dude. I kind of get it. Like he's kind of it's banter, it's friendly, it's just banter. That's how I look at it. And he says things that if you pay attention, it makes sense. There was a video that I was like, I need to send people this clip. He was like, yo, all this shit I've been talking about for the last 10 years about form and this and that. This is literally like a 2% thing. Like if you train for 10 years, you might notice like 2 pounds of more muscles just from doing this. He understands that this is not, he's not telling you like train like him and you're going to turn into Ronnie Coleman. He's just saying, if I could prevent injuries and do this a little longer and a little more optimal, why not? And him saying that, I think he's saying things like that more often because yes, it's not that big of a difference whether you do high volume, low volume, slow. Just being under the load of the weight for 10 years, you're going to build the muscle. Whatever percentage you gain is going to be very small. If you don't get hurt, obviously that's going to help you. So the fact that he understands that his training style isn't going to make you into something you're not, I think that's valuable to keep that in mind, right? He's just trying to help out, but in his way, in what he believes to be the truth. We could disagree though, because I'm sure we all train similar, but we have differences as well. Yeah. So I think that's how you should look at it, And when he was on Fuad's podcast, I think they did a good job of articulating how they all kind of agree. They just agree in different ways. So we're not that far apart if we really break it down. All right. Is there anything happening in the industry as of late? I'm sure there's a bunch of shit because there's always fucking Fuad and the other guy make a video every day and they have like 10 topics. I'm like, where do y'all get this shit from? I don't. Maybe we're just like not that connected, tapped in. But I wasn't aware all this shit was happening. If I'm being honest. All right, but let me put something up. Let me see. What's the best Instagram channel for bodybuilding nowadays?
The one that are you talking like news type?
Yeah.
I would say that Beyond the Stage.
Oh yeah, it might be literally the guy I'm talking about right now. Actually,
yeah, that's the dude films with Suki with Fuad.
Mm-hmm. I think he probably knows the best. Where do you even get this information from? You gotta be tapped in for real.
Watching every YouTube video posted.
Oh, I forgot to ask AJ. I gotta get AJ's. I gotta get AJ on the podcast as well. He knows a lot of shit. Okay, let's see Samson. God damn.
Is he 350 right now?
I wouldn't be surprised. He's close. Well, that's his target. So he's I mean he's been in the 330s. So he looks. This is probably the biggest I've seen him. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was at least 340.
I thought I saw somewhere he said he was 350. Maybe I'm exaggerating a bit, but
so okay. I got a question for y'all. So when Samson, obviously this year he came in smaller, right? And it didn't work out. In the past, he was bigger, right? But from my knowledge, from what I was watching, he wasn't trying to be bigger. He was trying to be in shape. He's just a big motherfucker, right? But now he's actually intentionally trying to be bigger, right? Do you think that's going to be a net positive? Or do you think that's going to be swing too far in the opposite direction? Oh yeah.
I think what's gonna happen is kind of similarly with Keon. The stomach's gonna get blown out, the abs are gonna get washed out, and I feel like that's a major factor in winning the Olympia.
We've seen it happen. There was one the last Arnold he did with Milos. I don't remember what year that was. Remember, everybody was talking about, hey, he came in when Hadi won. He came in UK and his stomach was perfect. But the one in the US, his abs wasn't there. He has some bloat there. So it's possible for sure that could happen. You know, what do you think, DT?
We can't hear you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Something happened to the headphones. The headphones died. There you go. You back?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. We got
Okay. So I was like, I've been talking for a couple minutes. I'm like, I don't think they can hear me. I'm just like, fuck it. You know what? I do agree with you, Melissa. I think this us as well. It sucks when we think that we're not going to be able to see someone's true potential due to that might not be what the judges want. And when I say that is because what can he really do if he just did it his way and wanted to look a certain way of what he wanted to look like, right? Just like Keon, motherfucker should not be in the 212. He's holding himself back. So let yourself grow. Do it. Who really fucking cares? I mean, yes, you care when you don't place well, but are you the best bodybuilder that you can be, or are you worrying about what the judges think?
Sure. Okay, here's the thing. I know what Samson's trying to do logically, right? It's like when I come in big and full, I'm not conditioned enough. When I come in conditioned, I'm too small. So what happens if I add so much muscle that now I can really get peeled? That would work for anybody besides West African bodybuilders. Our bodies, you're gonna have anomalies like Bonac gets pretty peeled, but that thin skin look is not something we're capable of. And from my experience and every other one's experience, you keep coming down, you get smaller but not better. So you will never look like Hadi. You just won't. So no point in even trying at that point. He tried it and we saw what happened, right? Now that doesn't mean you come in too big that's going to be a good look, because you will look soft. You will look soft. So somewhere down the middle, which is what he kind of found, right? Milos had him a little too big. Then he did himself with his wife, and that was a sweet spot. But no bodybuilder ever going to say, "This is it. I'm done. This is my best. Leave it at that." No bodybuilder will ever say that, right? Even when you do bring your best, like we don't. That might have been Samson's best. We don't know, right? Phil comes in 2011. That's still his best. Do you expect him to say, "Oh, that's it. I'm not going to get better"? No, you're going to try. So he's like, "Let me come in more peeled." It's not going to happen. Now, like, let me come in bigger. It might not be better. So the best look might literally be that same look, which is just not something people want to bodybuilders don't want to stay the same. But sometimes that's what you got. So we all learn our body, then eventually we learn that this is what we're capable of, and we have to build on that. But yeah, he won't look as peeled as the most peeled guys. If he's the biggest, shapeliest guy in good enough shape, I think that's all he needs. You know. So I don't think it's a bad idea, but maybe not a good idea neither. You know. So
what do you think about Nick doing his own thing?
So he actually told me that like a little bit back, but obviously it's not my place to say that. But I thought it was dope because Nick knows a lot more than I think people think he does. You know, like when I talk about Mike Israel being kind of sarcastic, I feel like Nick doesn't try to act smart. If anything, I feel like there was a time he would downplay it when he was like on bro chat. I feel like he would almost downplay how smart he was, you know, for whatever reason. But he knows what the fuck he's doing, to the point that even coaching him, you're coaching him, but he's a robot. He's doing it anyways. So it's like it really makes no difference. And I'm not saying Nick told me this, but I know that Matt, in the last maybe 5 years of Matt's career, the coaching was pretty hands off. Like it was really pretty fucking hands off. So his athletes were kind of doing their own thing, low key, right? You know, so you know, just it wasn't a lot of guidance. So it's kind of like, you know, I could say to some extent he kind of doing his own thing. You know, just maybe listening, whatever guidance he did get. So
Yeah.
I think that might be the best bet, because I think the look he wants is his best look. I think the first Arnold he won was his best look, and that's been the look that he wanted to bring this whole time. But the coaches just didn't agree. We saw Matt. I'm sorry. What's the other coach?
Kyle,
I'm sorry.
Kyle.
Yeah, we saw Kyle bulk him up, which Nick doesn't run a bulk. He never wanted a bulk. He's not into that type of shit. And they tried it, and it worked at Pittsburgh technically, but I still think the Arnold was a better look, personally, if I'm being honest. So that's what's in his head. Can he get it back? I think he's young enough that he can, actually. Some people think you okay. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a great choice for him after speaking to him yesterday. Um, I think coaching yourself is actually pretty cool. Like when my wife was coaching me, it was like a collab together. Not that I was a high level, but like it's kind of nice when you're like, you know what? I know this is going to work for me because I feel it in my gut. Let's try it. And if it doesn't, it's on me. And we can write that data down. When it's on you, you feel a little more in the driver's seat. It's like, well, for next time I know what not to do if you're taking notes. And I think for anyone who's ever coached themselves, you have to be mentally strong too, because on the days where you think you need more carbs, you might not. On the days where you might think I need less carbs, you might not. You might need to bump. So you really have to know your shit, because someone like myself, I will drive myself into the ground. I'll pull all carbs. I'll do 2 hours of cardio and still like a wet bag of tampons. And I'm like, well, I thought that was going to work, because that's what we all think. Less food, more cardio. So I think it's great. And you know what? The only person I can fuck up is him.
Yeah, but
So,
but here's the thing: people act like a coach is the end all be all, right? Like, oh, I wouldn't risk that. It's all a risk. Look what happened at the Olympia. That was a risk, and it didn't pay off, right? So it's like the idea that if you do it, it's this huge risk, but if a coach does it, it's not a risk. It's always a fucking risk. But everybody misses. The best coaches in the world miss. So so it's like it's always going to be a risk. The only difference is you're taking the risk rather than letting somebody else take the risk. That's it.
yeah.
But it's both there's no coaching situation that's risk free. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? And then you could be like, well, how come Hani didn't miss with Phil? They did. Phil is just so fucking good that he wins even if he misses. Like Phil wasn't his best every time. He's been flat. He's been spilled. But Phil is just that fucking good. Most people will never be that good. So most people can't. Most people, if they're off, they don't win. So yeah, I thought it was a great move, neither, and just having the confidence to do that. And a lot of the times, I think I feel that Nick, in his head, was always making the right call. The coaches just didn't agree with it, and then it plays off on stage. So if people actually knew that part of it, they would see why it would make sense. Imagine if it's like, hey, let's go right. No, I want to go left. Trust me, Nick, let's go right. Okay, I go right. And then the left was the right move. How many times can you do that before you're like, you know what? Maybe I should just go left for myself, right? Eventually, and this happened to a lot of people don't know Dennis Wolf. All those wins at the latter half of his career was all him. He worked with a couple coaches, didn't like it, coached himself. He didn't brag about it, so nobody even knew he was coaching himself. People just assume Chad and Milos were still working with him. No, he coached himself. Compton, people know Compton coached himself. He worked with some coaches, some of the best coaches. Didn't fucking work out. He worked with Hani. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, he did work with Hani, but not as a pro. He worked with Hani at some point. He even worked with Matt. Two of people you would consider some of the best coaches. Maybe people don't consider Matt that anymore, but at one point they did, And it didn't work out. He said, "Fuck it, I'm a coach myself." Boom, he went to be a fucking.
Let me ask you: did you coach yourself for your shows this year?
I did actually. Yeah, I did. But it's one. I thought it was my best. It was my best look by far. And then that's no slight to my coaches, because I've learned everything I know from my coaches. The good and bad. But I've learned everything I know from them, so it's great. It's just that, especially if you have a tricky body, The only way this would have worked is if Compton lived with me and I told him everything. And I'm just not that. I'm just not that talkative in prep. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I felt like this. I didn't poop all day. I'm weak and I'm just not my style. I know these things, but I never say it. I didn't say anything to Compton. I send a check in. He tells me what to do. I don't even respond. I just follow it, which is, which I think we all know now that that's not coaching has to be a collab because they're not in your body. So if he thinks I'm fine, he's just gonna keep doing what he's doing. When the case is that when I say there's a level of suffering and struggling that's okay. If I go from hack squatting 6 plates to 1 plate, motherfucker, you gotta. I was hack squatting 1 plate, bro, but I didn't tell Compton that because I'm like, this is what it takes, motherfucker. I'm gonna do it.
Is that that's legit? Like you went from 6 plates to 1 plate, bro?
I swear to y'all, I went from 6 plates to 1 plate.
That's how like my that's how my presses be during prep. I'm like, what happened now? Oh God, man.
Hey, but I'm learning that when people say more isn't better, it's not just some old man quote that's supposed to sound good. When I tell you this last prep, my only cardio was my dogs. Which yeah, which is not at the time I had 6 dogs, so this was a lot of work, but it still wasn't cardio. And then I kept my strength till I kept my strength the whole prep. I was hitting the same weights 2 weeks out. There's something to be said about that. My legs didn't disappear because of all the fucking Stairmaster and shit. And I almost felt like I was cheating. Like I'm 4 weeks out. I'm like, I feel great. I think I'm in shape. Everybody telling me I'm in shape. What do you think? You look in shape to me. Okay, well, I guess maybe it's not about fucking dying, But that's how we got into the sport. The time we got into the sport at the same time, it was about fucking dying, killing yourself. That's all we know.
That's the thing. I was talking to one of my buddies about like bodybuilding nowadays. And this is kind of changing the subject. So, like, I feel like all of us, I feel like, well, we're not all around the same age, but we're all around the same age.
Mm-hmm.
We got into bodybuilding because we love working out and old school shit. Mm-hmm. And just how it's became nowadays, we're all just kind of like, yeah, we all love bodybuilding, but bodybuilding is not bodybuilding any longer. It's not the same.
It's different, but if I'm being honest, I think it's healthier. But but the thing is that this sounds crazy saying it, but we didn't get into bodybuilding to be healthy. Like I'm keeping it a buck. We did. So like at the end of the day, when we got into it, that wasn't the thing. People wasn't doing blood work. They could say it if they want to. They wasn't doing fucking blood work. Chris Cormier Flex, y'all was not doing blood work, brother. I know y'all was. So it's like I think it's healthier now. They're gonna have more longevity. Motherfuckers, they saving their joints. They saving the kidneys.
Yes, but it's like that like deep brotherhood of like fucking training and like hardcore shit. It's not that no more.
I saw something the other day on Instagram. No. Sorry to interrupt, but someone was. Do you remember those videos in the trenches for muscular development, like Sergio?
Yes. We love it.
I would watch that shit on repeat when I'm in prep. I saw they're like clowning that, like you don't have to be in the trenches, like like
that was the best part.
Bro, in the trenches was a whole series. Like it's not the same.
These guys at the time, I think we took it for granted because that's all we know. These guys were crazy. When I was in Brooklyn, I started because I saw it on a video actually. Like Kai was training at Fifth Avenue Gym, so I'm like, I know where that's at. I'm gonna go. And of course, he's there because at the time he was training like 4 hours. Bro, he's crazy. He will bring the meal, eat it like a intro workout meal. The motherfucker just ate. And he's there covered in sweat, no shoes on. It was like a movie. I'm working out, but I'm kind of like, what the fuck? It was insane. Oscar Arden, they need to arrest him. What the fuck was he putting him through? But I think it only worked because Kai had the appetite to eat enough protein to recover. And he wasn't shy about the listen. He wasn't shy about the gear. I'll tell you that much. So, but he was in there. When I tell you, this guy, he would pop blood vessels in his eyes. So if you see any videos that his eyes were red, or he would have like a red spot in his eyes, it was from training, right? So squatting, one plate, he was doing 20 rep sets on legs. One plate, 20 reps, two plate, 20 reps, all the way to 6 plate, 20 reps. Drops it, all the way back down. Lay on the floor, tears in the eyes, sweating all over the fucking sweat angel on the floor. I'm like, this is insane. This is what it takes. But I like that. I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to be laid out like that. You know,
Yeah.
it was just different. It was just, is it over? They literally, I was gonna say, if they overkill, they literally named that documentary Overkill.
Sure.
Yes, it was overkill, but Kai still looked fucking crazy. I mean, what are you gonna say? You know? So now when he got with George Farah, he did it in a lot safer way. Could you say it was better? I still think 2010 Kai Green was the best Kai Green. He wasn't as full and round, but that graininess, I still think that was the best. So, but then that tells you like today's bodybuilding versus it's a different look. That's it's a different look. So whatever you think is better is up to Do you guys think Kai's look later on was better than when he was winning Arnold's, or the other way around?
I think his look.
Both.
I think all of them were crazy. Like everything's crazy back then. Not to say like everything's not crazy now, but like I'm not saying back then is better, but it's just like, dude, we've seen some amazing people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's fucking. If you really think about it, like, these are, fuck, man, these are crazy specimens of people.
Yeah. You kind of, my fault.
No, you're good.
No, you kind of take it for granted, low key. When you're watching in real time. But
I just wonder what it would feel like to be like that, to walk around like that.
I feel like the guys nowadays are they're not getting the credit that they deserve. I'm sure they are, but they're also getting a lot of hate. And then in 10, 20 years, it's gonna be like, oh, Nick Walker was the biggest, freakiest.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just he's got a fucking gut, no shape. He's a shape H, like just trash. No respect for what.
You know what's funny? You said that. I was listening to a podcast. I don't even remember who said it. Somebody said it, but there was like the lineups were different. Remember, you had 6, 7 Hall of Famers in the lineup. I'm like, well, how would you be a Hall of Famer in real time? They weren't a Hall of Famer at the time. They are now, but at the time they weren't. They were just them. So it's same with today. All these guys are going to be if you win Olympia, you're a Hall of Famer. The guys they were talking about, they haven't even won Olympias, with all due respect. So the Derricks, the Hotties, right? The Samson, they're all going to be Hall of Famers. I mean, Nick is fine. Martin, they're all going to be. So yes, we're going to have 6, 7 Hall of Famers in our lineups today too. They just haven't became it yet because we're in 20, right? In 2035, they will be. So you can't be like, well, yeah, see, Ronnie, you had an 8-time at the time. Ronnie didn't even win Olympia. So you can't look in retrospect and say it was deeper because they won Olympias 10 years later. It's like, right? It doesn't work that way. So it's much easier to look back and say this is that. But in real time,
I think about this too on the guys that are on the back end of like, 8th, 10th place, 12th place. And I'll bring up Jordan Hutchinson, right? And I'm going to make this comparison. Maybe it's not a good comparison, but Jordan Hutchinson, I feel like he's a really great bodybuilder. He doesn't get a lot of credit to what he should. It's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And Evan Centopani was a great bodybuilder. Now, when you say Evan Centopani now, you're like, fucking yeah. But where was he lining up in Olympias? Was he 8th, right? It was around that. He wasn't.
I think lower. I think lower than that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think lower than that. But his best placing might have been A5. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up.
I was just thinking like who would be the equivalent? Like would they be matched up? Because Jordan's winning shows, Evan won shows. But you look back and you look at Evan, you're like, that was a great bodybuilder. Like he set a standard for who people wanted to be in some areas, how he trained. I look at Jordan and I'm like, a lot of people fucking he could be that. Can he be Mr. Olympia? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe not with these guys, but Ian Valiant. That's how you say his last name.
Yeah.
He's a fucking great bodybuilder. You look at these guys, and we miss a lot of the guys that are not the top, and they're still great. Later down the road, we'll talk about them, and you'll be like, "Holy fuck, I forgot about him. He was great."
It's really hard to appreciate something in real time because I'm not gonna lie. Nowadays, I see certain things, and I'm like, okay, even Ian posted pictures of himself when he won New York. At the time, I gotta be honest, I was like, Ian's cool. Like, I feel like he could use some big arms. Honestly, I didn't think he was like something crazy. He was like, I think he's pretty good. I didn't look at him like he's this crazy bodybuilder. Looking at those pics, I was like, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy. I didn't realize how peeled he was, how big he was. Very impressive, actually. In real time, I didn't see it that way. I knew Phil was insane, but looking back, it's even crazier than I thought. Honestly, I'm like, I can't believe I didn't realize how insane he was because he was just winning so much. We kind of just got bored.
You know who I did that with a couple weeks ago? I don't know. It just popped up. Rolly Winkler.
Oh,
when he was training with Grandma, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what happened to when he was shoulder pressing? He was doing some fucking crazy shit. And I was like, what the fuck happened to these?
We couldn't appreciate it in real time, but I think that's going to happen every generation. I think later down the line, we're going to look at these guys too and be like, that was crazy. Even though at this time, we're kind of like, yeah, it's open in the air. Anybody could win. It's not really, so it's just one of those things. But I actually pulled this up. Let me see something. I wanted to do a comparison. Let me know what y'all see. Y'all should see. This is 2010.
Yeah, Kai Green.
Is there zooming in for y'all?
Yeah.
All right. So a much different look from when he was battling Phil. Like he's not as big, but let's see. Let's see what it looks like.
Polished.
I mean, I like this look. I guess if you really say, this is a fucking cool look.
Yeah, it's just really. Now, this was matching Phil's condition. I don't believe Kai was matching Phil's detail and condition later on. I think he was way bigger than Phil. But this, he was actually matching possibly more detailed even, dare I say. Possibly. I don't know for sure. It's just, but I still don't think he would have beat, well, he beat Phil at this show, actually. But I still don't think he would have beat Prime Phil just because Phil had this detail, but was round and bubbly, But he did beat Phil.
He just talking. I was like, what show is this? I see the Arnold, and I'm like, why is there black backdrop? There's no like. I'm just like, why does this look so like? What the fuck show is this?
It looks so much better, but look, and Kai's dark skin, but look how great he looks there.
Yep.
So it's possible. Yeah, this is a good look. He's taking his time with these poses, though.
Do you think I'm not able to compare looks because I don't know, but the 2016 Arnold when he did that routine to Panda?
Funny you say that because that's actually exactly what I'm going to pull up. Hold on. I'm going to pull that up right now. Stop share. And then
that Panda routine was crazy. He set it off.
I like his posing better around that time because when he first started, I think it was a little bit much. I think the twerking was a little much, but then he nailed it down. Here, his posing was more like bodybuilding entertainment at the same time. This was a good balance. A lot bigger here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
So which look do y'all prefer out of the last one versus this one?
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't want to say this one.
I was gonna go last one.
He's not as detailed, but he's so big.
Yeah, he is fucking big. I don't know. I like the look the last one. He probably didn't lose shit either.
Yeah, yeah. Did he shit? Oh my god, shit. Oh no, he didn't shit. He just smells like shit.
I feel like I don't know if he's as polished here because of the background. It looked like
Oh
he had more
yeah,
glaze on the last video.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
was
even.
glazed up in the last one hard.
Yeah, I didn't even consider that, but that's a good point. Yeah, you got all these colors here and shit. It's just too much. It's too much. Who is that for? Who sits there and be like, wow, I love this backdrop. Beautiful. I don't
Arnold.
know. Which look do you prefer, Alyssa?
Uh,
It's hard to say.
Probably the bigger one because it's just more eye catching.
I mean, he's still lean. It's not like he's like not in shape.
If you
Still
put them
lean.
side by side, I'm assuming this version would beat the 2010 version because he's bigger. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know, because most people I would always pick the smaller look, but I think Kai, respectfully, when he was small, his waist still kind of looked big on him, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Whereas here, his waist is still kind of big, but he's so big that you kind of don't care.
If Samson could bring a stomach like that right there, it's over.
Like abs, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, Samson has a smaller waist, but he doesn't always have the best abs per se. Let's say that. You know, like his actual waist, his hips are small, but he doesn't always have like deep. He doesn't actually have like detailed abs, right? We'll say that. You know, but he has a nice waist. Who do you think has the best waist in the top 10?
Derek.
I mean, but
Yeah,
but
I
I would say like in the front poses that no, I can't say that
mhm.
because he doesn't have ab detail and he doesn't have a tiny waist. He just knows how to hit the poses. I think I say Andrew.
Yeah, I think that. See, I say
People,
Derek. I go to listen to just because how he hits the poses. I would say.
yeah, but
I think
what about the actual abs? That has to count
I know
too.
yes.
that's yeah.
So I think I'm just thinking out loud. Urs has a good set of abs,
Yeah, and he has a small waist compared to the to other guys.
but he wasn't in the top 10.
I'm
What
looking
about
for two
Martin?
things. Mar has a small waist, but his detail isn't crazy. His eyeball is kind of short. What I'm looking for is a combination of a small waist and good abs. So both, because
And
Tonio,
Andrew jacked.
I think it has to be. I think Andrew has the smallest waist with the most detail in it.
Yep.
I think Hadi has the most detail possibly, but his waist
Mm.
isn't that small anymore. I don't believe so. Um, I think Tonio has a tiny waist, but it's kind of long, and the abs aren't as crazy as Andrew. And
Andrews are
who else is
blocky and hard,
Yeah.
deep.
at one point? Nick had like probably the best detailed abs with the structure of the abs, the way it sat, and the yeah. Who else is in top 10?
You know when someone has a
Curry.
pacemaker in their chest, like how a pacemaker is like implanted and it looks like it's popping out the skin. That's what
Yeah,
Nick's abs look like. Because I saw him in
it did. Yeah,
person. It was
it
like,
did. It really did look like that. Yeah. Um. Brandon was in top 10. Was Curry in the top 10? He was, right? Brandon Curry.
Yeah, right. He was eighth,
I think so.
10th, eighth.
Yeah. He actually has pretty good abs and a small waist. He just kind of he doesn't get a lot of recognition really anymore. I think because he used to be right because he's on his way down. I think you don't get as much because he's been higher, right? But he's still doing really good. I think Andrew. I think that's what Andrew. Yeah, I think what Andrew.
Yeah, I go
What
with Andrew.
I'm trying to think.
Okay,
It's a shame that we can't name.
how about the entire lineup? Not just the top 10. But who's in the lineup? Why am I having a hard time remembering people's
I'm
answers?
Dude,
I'm sticking
that
with Andrew.
Yeah, it has to be. I think it has to be Andrew. I think it has to be Andrew. Unless there's somebody
who,
we're missing.
who do you guys think is gonna have the breakout year? I have one person. I'm in my mind for like breakout year of 2026.
But
Like it's their first pro show.
No, just like most
Who has?
improved.
Yeah, okay.
Like breakout, most improved. Like it doesn't have to be a top guy. I'm going with Joe, the
yeah,
machine.
so I was gonna say Joe, but
Yeah,
he kind of already showed it. So I don't
I
think
know, but
we're
I
gonna be
think this
surprised.
year, it's going to be even crazier.
I,
Like
I think so. I
that's
think.
how I personally feel. Like he's my dark horse for every fucking show coming up.
So like seeing Joe in person for these last few years, I was kind of like I was kind of shocked that other people didn't see it. But I'm like, I think it's something you have to see in person. Now I think it's so crazy that even if you're on video, it still looks crazy. But there was a time on video, it wasn't the same. But in person, you'd be like, what the fuck? Now I think
Bro,
it's getting to that point where you can see it.
I was backstage with my wife at the Tampa Pro, and Joe was sitting there. I was with Justin Shire and Joe, and I just like Joe took his shirt. I was like, "How are you that wide?" Like I was like, "How the fuck are you like?
Yeah.
How is a human that like just how he was?" I was like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And that's when I was like, "Dude, fuck all this. I'm done with all this shit." Oh, like, this is dumb. Like you look at that and you're like, "Wow, like it's amazing
Yeah.
shit."
Now it makes me feel better that now he's more than likely going to be an Olympian next year, right?
Yeah.
And people are saying he has one of the best backs. It makes me feel a little better because just me posing next to him and looking at him, I'm like, this is I don't think I should do this because why am I this far away from him? But now I feel a little bit better because it's not me, it's him.
So me too.
but
Do
yeah,
you,
but
do you ever feel that's a really cool like thought process right there. Like, what do you feel when you see someone like that and you're where you are and they're where they are? And I know that you're not that person, but when you're trying to achieve that, you're like, man, like I look at my age, I look at this, like what's your thought process?
I think there was a time where it would light a fire under my ass and also discourage me a little bit at the same time. But I think I have a different relationship with bodybuilding now that I don't look at it that way. Like I'm only doing it because I love it now, which is technically the only reason you should do it.
Right.
But you don't always feel that way. Sometimes you just want to win. Like winning is everything. Like I want to win everything, right? But I don't think that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm only doing it because I love it, and I'm only willing to do it in the way that I want to do it, right?
Okay,
So
I like that.
so I wouldn't do anything that I didn't want to do. So as far as there was a time where I would do anything necessary. Where now that wouldn't be the case. There's nothing I would. There's no more health risks I'm willing to take. Where my health is at right now, I'm gonna keep it that way. There's no there's no skewing anything or anything like that. So I'm not willing to push myself to a point that I would be taking more risk. It's just not something I'm going to do at this point. Which is, I think it's something you have to be willing to do if you're trying to be the best possible you can be.
Yeah.
So there's something to be said. But when Joe won the USA's, I remember seeing him 6 weeks out, and at this point he was just rapidly changing because he had just started gear. So I saw him 6 weeks out, and I was excited for him, but I was discouraged. I was like, yeah, he's gonna win the show because at that point, I mean, for how he looked and me being around other pros, he was already better than a lot of pros I've known, with all due respect. Just at that look 6 weeks out. So in my head, I'm like, there's no chance somebody could beat him because they would already be pro if they could fucking beat him, you know? So because Joe was ready to turn pro the year before that, he just didn't do the USAs. When he won the Cal, I'm looking at him, the Cal, and then the pros go on, and I'm like, he's beating half of the lineup, and he did the amateur Cal. So I knew at that point he could have won USAs, but he didn't do it. He chose to sit it out. So the following year, I saw him. I was like, okay, well, he's obviously going to win. And then when he did the Cal, looking at him, I was like, he could win the show. He ended up getting last call out. I don't know how the fuck. If you look at the picture, I don't know how that happened, but it happened. So then I'm like, maybe I'm biased. I'm his friend. Maybe I'm just biased. Okay, maybe not that good. I'm biased then. And then the following year, he got a good look, and then that's kind of where it goes from there. You know.
Do you have any plans for next year?
Me personally,
or just kind of
I'm gonna do USAs for sure, just because it's something I like to do. And then other than that, I almost don't want to plan too far ahead because life has a weird way of going sometimes. Because I was supposed to do North Americans and nationals this year, and I didn't do it. So I almost don't want to plan that far ahead at this point. But USA's for sure. It's always that's always going to go down. I'm trying to beat.
What's going on? Trying to beat. Yeah.
Fucking, I don't even fucking know, dude. I haven't even worked out in a month, but I'm starting the gym tomorrow. But I will be pushing myself for as long as I can. I think what works best is if I have one person I trust. I got y'all, of course, but I have one person that could just be my second set of eyes and be like, and he knows how to communicate and how I work. So he can just kind of be like, all right, think about this. And then I'll think about it. And then I'll make the choice.
Like, I know what you're talking about. You talking about Matt Jensen. fucking shit.
I don't know if you guys covered this, but how are you doing? Like, I saw your posts. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but you doing?
I'm so much better. Like, I'm telling you, the only issues is what I was dealing with in Florida, which was lack of work, lack of environment in the gym, and the environment includes the type of people in the gym, etc. And I was just crashing out because I'm not functioning. I'm not being true to my purpose. And no matter what I did to try, it doesn't matter. I can go to Planet Fitness and work out, or I could drive to the beach and work out, but it's just not the same. Like I feel even more alone. So on my drive here, as soon as I drove here, it was like this weight was just getting released off of me. And I believe in God, and I feel like I've been sent signs all day long, every day since I left. So I just, now that I'm all set up, I'm all set up. And, I was standing in my two things. The first night, I'm not going to lie, I smoked a little bit because I haven't been sleeping. So I smoked and I started feeling weird, like paranoid. So I grabbed my Bible and I randomly opened it and I read a passage, and to a T, it described what I was going through. Like there was two lines. One, it was like basically broke, being poor, which I'm not poor, but I wasn't making money. And then like fasting and losing fatness off my flesh. And that's literally what I was dealing with. So signs left and right. And then another thing is, like, I looked in here, I'm like, I literally did this all by myself. Not that it's a big deal, but I brought all this shit in here, bed frame, like everything. Damn. I did it on my own. Like, I don't need help, straight up. I did it all on my own, and I'm proud of myself. And it's kind of rejuvenating because I'm proving to myself what I knew was within me. And even though I was having a rough month, I before that, when I was here in Houston, I knew what I had going on, what I'm capable of. I just needed to get back into the environment. And now I'm here and it's back to work. So I'm Gucci now, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you bring your dog?
No, and a couple reasons being is one, I would end like it would get to a point where I would neglect her. And she's not a type of
Okay.
dog that could be neglected. She's a border collie. She needs to be ran and trained and all that. Since she's been with my parents since the 2023 Texas Pro, they came to Texas and basically took custody of her. It has benefited my parents in so many ways. Like my dad is in love with that dog. My mom is in love with that dog. Like my mom's like, dude, he's never spent this much time with y'all as kids that he does with his dog. Like he's lost a lot of weight. My dad's gotten healthier since he's had the dog in his life. So that's just something I had to sacrifice, but she's only 10 hours away. If I need her, I ain't
Yeah.
tripping. So they take immaculate care of her as well.
Nice.
I think that's real love. When you love your dog enough that you're willing to put your dog in the best position is real love. But it's hard to explain that. At one point, I don't know if you know. At one point, I had six dogs here, right? I'm only Juice is with me right now, and then people were like, "Yo, Kane don't live with you no more." I was like, "Nah," and they were like, "You don't miss him?" I'm like, "Of course I miss him, but he has a big ass backyard right now." Like Kane is very hyperactive, so that's something he needs. So it's like it's not about missing. Okay, like your kids get older, they leave the house. Do you not love your kids? No, but your kids
Right.
they're happier living with their wives or their husbands or some shit. All right, so you have to love a dog. It would be more selfish to be like, no, stay here with me, even when I'm going through shit and not
Yep.
able to like, because I'm looking at him and he's looking at me like, what are we gonna do today? It's kind of like it's not going to be involving you. I got to hustle. I got to hustle today. I mean, you could be in the car with me if you want, but that would be even worse probably because you're going to be sitting in the car for a while. So it's kind of like it's better that way. Juice don't do shit. Juice just lays down all day. So I'm like, I don't feel bad. He's not looking for me to do some shit. He's like, I don't know. I just want to lay around, you know. So yeah, it's more out of love than anything. And sometimes it's hard. So some of the dogs at every home is hard because they get attached to you, you get attached to them. But as long as I see they're happier, I'm good. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know, got you. And like you said, you could always go. You could always go visit them if you need to.
It's very selfish if I was to bring her because one, I feel like I'm taking something away from my parents, and two, I'm taking also a lot away from her as well. So again, she's got free range to the backyard. She owns the house. Like I was at the house for 4 months. So seeing how she was at that house, that's her house now. Like she protects the yard. My parents, yeah, it's just everything happened the way it was supposed to be. And I go back and I look at my prep pictures from when I had her in Texas. And man, I just felt like a piece of shit because you can see her in the back of my pictures just sad. She won't even look at me. She's just like sad. And I'm like, fuck, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Prep is rough like that, bro. Prep is rough. Yeah. You just make it up to them afterwards. Is the only thing you can do. You know?
Yeah. She's living it up in Florida.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do one more round, see what we got, and I think we've been on for a while. How long we been on? Hour and a half. Not too long.
Hour 15.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me share the screen. Wait, how about you, DT? How you doing, DT? We didn't ask you.
Oh man, I'm rocking and rolling, baby. You know, I'm fucking here, surviving. You know, same shit. Trying to be an influencer. That's my goal.
There you go.
No, life is great. Life is great, man. I'm very blessed. Very blessed.
Good, man. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Hunter's doing. Damn, I can't. Hold on. Can y'all hear that?
No.
Oh, never mind. I don't know what he's talking about anyway. Well, Hunter's coming back next year.
Yeah. What do you guys think about that?
I gotta be honest. The way Andrew been looking at the end of the year, I gotta have Andrew winning this one. But it's not a foregone conclusion. Martin did beat Sampson, but and then Andrew, he's done it twice so far, which is good. But we don't know if it's something that he can continue to do yet. Still, as far as the look. What you guys think? Well, listen,
Andrew's dominating.
that's what I'm thinking.
It's your crazy look. Yeah.
I love Martin's look. I really do.
You too.
Again, I'm just pointing something out. It's the stomach. There's something with the stomach that's different.
Martin?
Yeah, it's good. He can pull a vacuum, but when he flexes it, it's almost like not flat. It's kind of like just the
shallow.
I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to disrespect him because he's got an absolutely insane physique, but like it's not flat. It's like kind of like pushing out even when he contracts, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, what I noticed with his midsection, he had a shorter torso. It looks like he kind of has a split in between his abs, but it's not that bad. But I think it's hard for him to flex it and pull it in at the same time. But that's really only in the abs and thighs. When he does the front double, sometimes he what you call it crunches down on it after a while. I don't think he should do that. I think the vacuum is the way to go. Other than that, he literally has no weaknesses at all, no flaws in his physique whatsoever.
I think his side chest is one of the best side chests.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no one of his poses that aren't one of the best. Like he's like really well rounded. He reminds me of Compton a lot, actually. He reminds me of Compton a lot.
Well, he calls himself a mini Phil.
I can see why, because the muscle bellies, but Phil is on a different level, obviously. Phil on a different level.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, Phil. I don't think anybody is Phil. To me, Phil is the best bodybuilder personally. That's just my
overall,
like
general, yeah,
all time. Yeah, I mean, I got Phil as the best bodybuilder of all time.
Yeah, I mean, you can like people are always like, "Oh, best bodybuilder is this guy, that guy," but like, we're not talking about statistics, right? We're talking about just like, like you could put this guy, and
the best body. I mean, he had the least weaknesses and the most strengths, as far as I'm concerned.
But do you think if he stood next to Ronnie's best, Phil would beat Ronnie?
Well, the reason I believe the 2013 would, because he was bigger than 11, but it's like Ronnie had the general consensus is Ronnie had two best looks or three best looks. It was 98, 2001, 2003, right? So you would have to pick one of those. To me, right. I think 98 is the best. Some people think that, but 98 actually wasn't big. Flex was bigger than Ronnie actually in 98, like on a scale at least. So if you have a guy who's 5'11" and he's in the 240s, I mean, so is Phil. And Phil is a lot rounder and more balanced. So I think Phil beats 98, personally. And then if you have 2003, yes, he had his glutes were still in shape, but overall he wasn't nearly as peeled as Phil all around. So I think if you take those two looks, and in 2001 is somewhere in between. So maybe that would be. I'm not a judge, so I can't say what the judges would say. But what me looking from what I know about bodybuilding, with today's criteria, not 2000, because there was two different criterias. With today's criteria, I believe Phil would win because the stomach thing doesn't fly. And before Ronnie had kind of the stomach, he just wasn't that big yet, And so that's just my opinion. That's a lot of people I'm sure would disagree with that.
Well, someone's going to disagree with anything.
Mm-hmm. All right. Then I just have to pull up.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna have to run, guys, because my phone's about to die, and I got to get in the house.
Of course. Do you think, DT? You already know, but I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, man. It was really nice seeing everybody. I appreciate you guys as always, and let me know. I'll be around.
All right, brother. You already know.
Later, DC. Peace.
Bye.
All right. All right, we're gonna wrap it up as well, but
All right.
I just want to see if anything stood out.
There's a guy that went from classic to open. Eric
I did see
Wildeberg.
that. Wahlburger, yeah, I did see that one. Is it here?
So I think it's at the
Wahlburger.
top somewhere.
It
I don't
should be
know, but
because he talks about.
he's the funniest guy I've ever met.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
does he live by you?
no, when I went down to the Hurricane Pro, he was at Derek's gym because he was like doing his camp down there with all the Brazilians, and
Oh,
that
okay.
dude is hilarious. And he was telling a story, and he got into a car wreck the night prior to prejudging,
Uh,
and he was leaving his tans, and he wrecked his car, totaled it, and yeah, it was just a funny story. He's just funny,
oh
but
yeah, Wahlburger. Wait,
how
is
do
he
you?
Brazilian? He's not Brazilian,
Yeah,
is he?
yeah,
Oh,
he
he
is.
is.
He went back to Brazil a couple of days ago.
Oh,
I
the
just like him
Brazilians.
because he's hilarious. But I did also see him compete at the Texas State in 2023.
Wait,
But
but
how do
so
you think he'll do?
I mean, with that frame and shit. Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think there. I think every classic guy, if you're a good or really good classic guy, if you can add the tissue, you're gonna do really well. Like what? Because why wouldn't you? Because you have the shape, you have the structure. If you're doing well in classic, you have the shape, you have the structure, and you have the condition. So the only thing left is the size. So if you're able to put the size, you're gonna beat a lot of open guys because not every open guy has the structure and condition, right? The
Yeah,
open guys have the size, but not all of them have this like crazy structure, right? So you're taking people with the best possible um, frame for bodybuilding. They just weren't big enough. So all you
yeah,
have to do, not to make it sound easy, because it's hard to add 40 pounds of muscle, but if you can add the muscle, you're gonna be one of the premier guys. Whether that's 15th place or whether that's top three is kind of depends on a lot of factors. But yeah, I don't see any scenario where he wouldn't do well if he can get the food down and if his body allows him to grow, which I think he'll be able to grow. So I think he had a really good chance. When Sebum said something like that, and I think people got maybe a little offended that he felt like the top classy guys could be top open guys, but why wouldn't they be? I mean, we can't assume because Sebum couldn't put on the size because he had the autoimmune issue. But barring stuff like that, I mean, why wouldn't the top guys in any division, right? The top 212 guys would do good in open. The top classic physique guys, if they had the size, would all do well because bodybuilding is bodybuilding, really. You know.
yeah. You could say Urs did well because he won a couple shows, but then at the Olympia, it wasn't what everyone was kind of expecting. So
No, because the now he has size, just not comparable to the top 10 guys yet.
yeah,
But he's also younger than them and just hasn't allowed that to happen. So he's I'm sure he's gonna move up. I'm sure he's gonna move up. I think Matt Grego, I think it's a matter of time before he moves up because I don't know how the fuck he makes weight. I don't know how the fuck he makes weight.
yeah. I've heard some stories.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I don't know how they do it mentally. To not bring your best look because you losing muscle is a really hard pill to swallow. I think for a lot of people, you know, and
Would you rather lose your muscle and place top three, or gain your muscle and place out of top 10?
you see that's the thing. The I love to win, but the placings aren't what dictates what I do per se,
Yeah,
right? Because I'm gonna find a way to make a living regardless, So yeah, I would rather move up. If I was having to lose 10 pounds of muscle, yeah, I would rather move up all day. I'd rather move up, So I just don't see how I would do worse. I feel like eventually I would do better because losing that muscle, I'm not able to be my best. Now, if I win, I would rather be classic physique Mr. Olympia than So I think that's the only time like Ramon just won, so that's the only time I wouldn't move up if I won. That's the only thing that would keep me there.
I feel like Ramon, if you were to take out of the classic guys and pack them with muscle and condition, who would win out? I feel like Ramon would be the best open.
I think so.
Big ass
I can see that.
arms. Yeah.
He has the look already. You know, he has the look already. What's his name? I think this guy.
Mike Summerfield.
Yeah, but I almost rather see him at 212 because he would have to be. He's not that tall, as we know now. I mean, his hair might be tall, but yeah, I almost rather see him at 212, low key. But I'm sure he would do good in open too. But yeah, I think Ramon would do the best. What's the guy, not Austrian,
Jose? No.
the one that Wesley, where's he from?
Oh yeah. Wesley Vissers.
Wesley has such a big frame that it would look impressive, but it would just be hard to fill the frame out like we see.
Hey bro, I think I got maintenance at the door.